So in the opening of The Infinite Game, the book almost reads like it's what I would call the anti-competition book. As you know, that's my number one strength. Because there's even a quote in there when it says it's not all about winning.
Yeah.
And there are some of us that might be inspired by the concept of winning.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
So it depends on the game. The point I'm trying to make is there's more than one game. Like finite games are games with fixed rules, known players, and an agreed upon objective, right? That we agree that when the game ends, whoever has more points is the winner. Like we all agree. Nobody says, well, hold on, let's just play another 3 innings. I'm sure we can come back. No, that's not, it's the end of the 9th inning. Like game is over. Like we agree to that. We walk off the field, right? There's a fixed beginning, middle, and end. That's important. And then there are games that don't fit those criteria, that have known and unknown players, that the players can play however they want. And there's no end to the game, like business. Nobody wins business. And every company can run however they want, and new players can come, and companies can go bankrupt. And when Circuit City went bankrupt, Best Buy didn't win anything, right? And you have to play with the mindset for the game you're in. And the point I attempted to make in that book is that we all seem to play with a finite mindset in every game, but you can only play with a finite mindset in a finite game, and you can play with an infinite mindset in an infinite game. So I don't have a problem with the instinct to win, but if you have the instinct to win in a game that has no finish line, bad things happen. You'll hurt trust, you'll hurt cooperation, you'll hurt innovation. That's just what happens. So having a winning or a competitive spirit, I don't have an issue with. It's also, who are you competing against, right? Again, in business, multiple companies selling about the same product, about the same quality, about the same price, can all be wildly successful simultaneously. So what is winning? Based on what agreed upon objectives, defined by whom over what time frame? It's literally nonsense. It's literally made up. We're the winner. We're the best. Based on what? Right? I didn't agree to that. So to have that mindset is silly. And so the question is, with whom are you competing? And in an infinite game, you can absolutely be competitive. There's nothing wrong with it. Compete against yourself. How do I be a better leader today than I was last year? How do I make my culture stronger? How do I build trust more effectively? How do I communicate my ideas more comprehensively, more clearly? How do I resolve conflict more easily? How do I give feedback so it's heard? Work on those things. Like, how do I make my product better this year than it was last year? How do I make my website more efficient this year than it was last year? Do all those things. But if you notice you're competing against yourself,